Just as a car can't run without the initial spark, the human body can't get going without CoQ10. It's an essential component of the mitochondria, and these produce the power that the cells need to divide, move, contract, and perform all of their functions. CoQ10 plays a critical role in the manufacture of ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, the energy that drives all body processes. It's a very important antioxidant, and it protects the cells against damage. Although our bodies can produce CoQ10, we don't always make enough. Because the brain and the heart are among the most active tissues in the body, a CoQ10 deficiency affects them the most, and it can lead to serious problems with those organs. A number of things can cause a CoQ10 deficiency: poor diet, a genetic or acquired defect, or an increased tissue need. Heart and vascular diseases, including high cholesterol and elevated blood pressure, require increased tissue levels of CoQ10. In addition, because CoQ10 levels decline with age, people over the age of 50 may need more. Many studies have shown a number of drugs, most notably the lipid-lowering agents like the statins, decrease the CoQ10 levels. Given the central role of CoQ10 in the mitochondrial function and cell protection, it's useful in a number of health issues. It offers benefits in so many health conditions, there's no question that it should be considered an essential nutrient. Aside from being a general antioxidant, it can also help with the following conditions: cardiovascular diseases like high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, cardiomyopathy, protection during heart surgery, and high cholesterol that's treated by drugs, especially statins. For cancer, to boost the immune function and to offset the chemotherapy side effects. For diabetes, for male infertility, and for Alzheimer's prevention. For Parkinson's disease, both prevention and treatment. For periodontal disease, and for macular degeneration. Studies on both humans and animals have confirmed CoQ10's usefulness for all the conditions listed above, particularly for cardiovascular disease. In fact, research has shown that 50 to 75% of people with various cardiovascular diseases have a CoQ10 deficiency in their heart tissue. Correcting that deficiency can often produce dramatic results in patients with any kind of heart disease. For example, a CoQ10 deficiency has been shown to be present in 39% of patients with high blood pressure. This finding alone suggests a need for CoQ10 supplementation. A study featured in the journal Pharmacology and Therapeutics noted that the effects of CoQ10 on blood pressure is usually not seen until after 4 to 12 weeks of therapy, and the typical reduction in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in patients with high blood pressure is modest. Statin drugs like Crestor, Lipitor, and Zocor work by inhibiting the enzyme that the liver needs to manufacture cholesterol. Unfortunately, they also block the manufacture of other substances that are necessary for bodily functions, including CoQ10. This could explain the drug's most commonly reported side effects, especially fatigue and muscle pain. One large study published in the International Journal of Cardiology in 2005 showed that statin therapy significantly decreased the CoQ10 plasma levels, but that decrease could be prevented entirely by supplementing with 150 milligrams of CoQ10. Additionally, CoQ10 supplements significantly improved the function of the blood vessel lining, one of the key goals in the treatment and prevention of atherosclerosis. In double-blind studies, CoQ10 supplementation has been shown to be quite useful in some patients with Parkinson's disease. All the patients in these studies had the three primary features of Parkinson's: tremor, stiffness, and slowed movements, and they'd been diagnosed with the disease within the last 5 years. A 2005 study featured in Archives of Neurology also showed a slowing of functional decline in the patients with Parkinson's who took the CoQ10. After an initial screening and baseline blood tests, the patients were randomly divided into 4 groups. 3 of the groups received CoQ10 at different doses, 300 mg a day, 600 mg a day, and 1200 mg a day for 16 months, while a 4th group received a placebo. The group that took the 1200 mg dose had a decline in mental function, motor function, and ability to carry out activities of daily living, like feeding or dressing themselves. The greatest effect was on activities of daily living. The group that received 300 mg a day and 600 mg a day developed slightly less disability than the placebo group, but the effects were less dramatic than in those who received the highest dose. These results indicate the beneficial effects of CoQ10 for Parkinson's are achieved at the higher doses, and no significant side effects were seen in any of the patients. CoQ10 is very safe. No serious adverse effects have been reported, even with long-term use. Because safety during pregnancy and lactation has not been proven, CoQ10 should not be used during these times, unless it's determined by a doctor. It's typically recommended to take around 200 mg of CoQ10 per day. For best absorption, use the ubiquinol form. To book a consultation or to learn about herbs, supplements, and natural treatments, check out my website.